Hey, Shalom, Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemashai, Hashem Wadash. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives of free and inducing more muscle than ever. May the calling of election be upon your house. But the scripture says that pretty much in 2nd Ezra, I believe the 6th chapter, so like pretty much it's going to be a path. You're not going to be able to get through it. Okay, here it is. 2nd Ezra 16 and 32. It says, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through." That's right. So, amen. This society, man, when the Lord fully bring this thing, through, it's not gonna be cut lawns and cut vegetation. That the plants is gonna take over and grow over these houses, grow over these roads. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see traffic lights broken. You know what I'm saying? No lights and shit. Roads with plants growing out of them. You know what I'm saying? Bridges with plants running all up inside them. Alright, it's gonna be something like an apocalyptic movie. Where do you think they get those ideas for those movies from? In the scriptures. That's where. Alright. So it's gonna be like I said, stores empty, right? No food in the stores. All stores closed down, broken. Same thing with these warehouses and all these different businesses, right? And then, hey man, it's gonna be so much death that it's gonna be like Will Smith in that movie, where it was him and the dog, and it was like left alone. All right, they're gonna be out here wishing they could hear somebody else's voice. 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. No, let me start at verse 23. "And the dead shall be cast out as dung." What is dung? Dung is shit. "And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men." That's right, all places be desolate of men. So you think like, oh, the police, I can call somebody, I can call this, I can go there. It's going to be empty everywhere. It's not going to be nobody in sight. Okay? All places shall be desolate of men. You might be the last man standing in the next 500 miles. "So that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rocks." That's right, they're going to be hiding underground. They're going to be hiding up in the mountains, in a cave somewhere. It's going to be a much different, it's going to be much different than the way things are right now. Alright, and this is what the Lord is going to bring. "As an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard." So it's going to be basically, it's not going to be like how you go through a populated city or neighborhood and you knock on any door and people probably answer. No. You can knock on any door you like. It's not going to be nobody in there. Okay? Because most of the people are going to die of starvation. Most of the people are going to die by the sword. The Lord is going to bring disease, famine, pestilence, plagues. It says, even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So they looking for food and shit. Be out here. Really, they're going to be looking for people to eat, because it's going to be cannibalism. Just like in that movie, The Book of Eli. There's different movies that show you when the society falls down, all right, the desperation that people go to. They ain't about to just sit there and just not eat. Like my shorty said, can I go get some snacks? You know? Hey, man, the human body, it needs food, man. And you'll see people that do crazy things to get something to eat. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. That's right, man. All right. Being a single woman in that day is going to be a curse unto you. All right, because women is going to be ravish. All right. Okay, that's what happens. It says, Lamentations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. We got our bread with the pearl of our lives, because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion, and the maids in the cities of Judah. Princes are hanged up by their hands. The faces of the elders were not honored. They took men to grind, which means to work, and the children fell under the wood. Okay, so it says that the women were ravished, right? Lamentations 5:11.
Strong's H 6031. Anah.
All right, to be put down low, to be afflicted, to humble oneself, to humble, to be afflicted, exercised. All right, to ravish, to hurt. All right, we know that to be ravished means to be taken. To seize, to carry off by force. All right. To raid. Okay. to read. Okay, take advantage of violate. All right, so they need men because the men are gonna be dying and they're gonna be by themselves. Okay, you have women that talk about, and I'm not gonna talk about women, but they talk about being single women, and that's a curse unto you in that day. That's why the scripture talks about Isaiah 4:1. All right. But moving on. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, come and see. All right, so pretty much it's going to be like hyperinflation, okay? The cost of food is going to go up exponentially, all right? Where one day's worth of pay is going to get you one loaf of bread. All right, you're not going to be able to get anything, all right? And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. All right, so that's what's going to take place, because not only is going to be dead bodies are going to be dung upon the ground, all right, but the birds are going to have a feast off of, the bodies that are upon the ground. Jeremiah 25 and 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. All right, they're gonna. All right, the bodies are gonna decompose upon the earth. All right, the Lord said He's gonna bring that sword, man. Luke 21 and 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, till the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now that part is not going to happen. Okay, us going into slavery again, that part is over, because the scripture says affliction will not arise a second time. This happened back in that time, all right? Nahum 1 and 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord Yahweh? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. That's right. So we're not going back into slavery again. Once the Lord wipes out the 2/3 of our people and gather together the elect, the Lord is going to establish the kingdom under the throne of David, all right, the house of David, at the fall of this society, all right. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Right, it's going to be uproars of the people. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. That's right, the Son of Man coming in a power, in a cloud with power and great glory. All right, that's also another scripture going into those clouds, which is the chariots of the Lord. All right, and that's our deliverance when the Lord beams up the elect. All right, so that also follows right after the destruction. All right after the plagues that the Lord is going to bring upon the earth, and that lines up with Revelation 6 as well. Revelation 6:9. And when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest for yet a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. That's right. So there's a testimony. The men of the Lord going to stand true. All right, even when all these plagues, all right, death and the Esau, the so-called white man, starts to really show he's the devil. All right, the elect is going to stand unmovable, even have to die. All right, as martyrs unto Yahweh Shemashai. And white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. This is the nuclear missile, all right, destruction. Okay. So those that die in the Lord, they're going to be with the Lord. All right, but at this point, this is when the nuclear missiles coming, and the Lord's going to pull up with those clouds. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. All right, those that have nuclear bunkers and underground bunkers and bunkers in the mountains. And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right. So this is talking about the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. The elites, which is the kings of the earth, all right, the elite bankers, are going to try to hide themselves from the wrath of the Lord. All right, it says Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. That's right. So this man has a short time to rule, because the scripture says the time of the hypocrite is short. Okay, what is that at? Book of Job. Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. That's right. All right. The Lord has a certain time frame for this man's rulership. All right. He's not going to go past his period of time, and we're pretty much at the end of this time period. All right. And at the end of this man's rulership, all right, he's going to get more and more relentless, more and more draconian, more and more trying to bend the rules, so to speak. It says, Job chapter 20 and verse 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Those excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. That's right. So he's gonna be taken up out of there. We're not even gonna think about him no more. Okay? Because we know the scripture says in Psalm 75 that the Lord is the one that promotes you. All right. Psalm 75 and 5. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck. A horn is a representation of power. And that's exactly what the so-called white man, the Edomites, do. They lift their horn on high and they speak with a stiff neck. They think that they can never be stopped. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. That's right. So the Lord put you devils in power. It was already written about long before you even came to be this great thing. All right. Before these things come forth, the Lord tell you them. Okay. He prophesied of your rulership, America, Babylon the Great. All right, long before. All right, and he prophesied the fall of this place as well. That's why we're reading about Revelation 12 and 12. All right, how this devil going to come down with great wrath. Now, when this devil come down with great wrath, the Lord is going to have his archangel Michael stand up to protect us. All right, because the so-called white man is going to come down with all of his weaponry, all his technology, everything that he's amassed together in this wicked rulership. All right, down on the saints. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be written in the book. So the elect is going to be delivered, but the majority of the people the majority of the people, they're gonna go through the time of trouble, man, which is gonna be military troops on the street busting shit up, robots and fucking remote controlled killer robots and shit like that out in the streets. It's gonna get wicked, man. Alright, drones and shit following and looking at everything. Alright, you're gonna have robots administering law and order in the street, because they don't have the feelings to kill or to do right or wrong. They just follow computeristic instincts and shit like that, and different things of that nature. So it's gonna be something that you never seen before or heard before, man. Alright, this is what we were trying to warn our people about. Alright, how the Lord say, yeah, he's going to deliver us, but it's not gonna come peacefully. Alright, it's gonna come with destruction. Where you going? This is Jeremiah 30:5. This is Jeremiah 30:5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, and not of peace. And ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? That's talking about the elect. Alright, because it's going to be a time of trouble, but the Lord is going to save us out of it, man. Okay? It's going to be destruction, war, pestilence, plagues, pandemonium, insurrections, uproars of the people. Alright? Wild animals out here gnawing people to death. Woman getting raped, ravished. Alright? It's going to be wicked, man. It's going to be... And this is what we're preparing our this 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Yeah, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, which is destruction, man. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. What does that mean? We're getting closer and closer to destruction. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. That's right. They're going to be running up in each other's cribs, taking their shit, taking their wives, beating them upside the head. Alright, it's going to be the survival of the fittest. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. That's right. Alright? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. It's going to be great tribulation. Alright, let's go look that word up, man. A cause of great trouble or suffering, man. Alright, these are some AI pictures I had found. Alright, great tribulation, man. Alright. Great tribulation. Tanks, bombs, guillotines, nuclear missiles, you know what I'm saying? All of these different things. Alright, great tribulation, man. The Lord is going to bring great tribulation. So, I pray the lesson was edifying. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai.